pouring rain in Tbilisi today, so we're gonna escape Tbilisi for a couple days. We didn't make the same mistake as last time renting a small car. We've rented a Land Cruiser and we're gonna cruise. So after cruising down the highway for about an hour, we're in the town of Gori. This is our first stop. And actually on first sight, it's really nice here. There's a fortress up the hill. I think we're gonna grab some food first and then explore this fortress. But yeah, again, kind of like even Tbilisi, there's quite a few tourists, but here there doesn't seem to be any. And I'm kind of shocked by this because it's really cool. We're back on the road. We're heading to Kutaisi. I think it's another maybe 2.5 hours down the road. More Georgian highway driving coming up. We made it to Kutaisi and I know nothing about this place other than there's that church back that way that looks pretty cool. And I love coming to a town I have known nothing about. There's just something about photography when you have no pre-expectations, you have no images in mind, and you can kind of just go out with a blank slate and shoot. It's kind of, yeah, it's fun when you do that. Sometimes it can be a bit frustrating, and to be honest, it's probably not the most intelligent way to do things, but I feel like it's in situations like this that I do get my best images. So we're gonna wander around, maybe try to find a perspective on that church, and yeah, enjoy this. Kutaisi, Georgia. Let's explore. So I have no idea what this is, but we just stumbled across this crazy building and it's just carved in everything. Amazing. What an amazing wall. It's such a cool spot. I think there's a bridge up here, and what I tend to do when I get to a destination I've never been to before is I like to try to find the waterways, the rivers, because they give you a big vantage point and an open vantage point. So we're gonna go check out this bridge. So we came to this bridge and the light is just beautiful back that way. And there's these old houses right on the cliff edges, but the church is being hidden by the trees. And I think there is a vantage point way down the river that we might be able to get a photo. I just think it's too far away. So we might look for an alternative shot, and I guess we could always shoot this because it is a really, really cool scene. So worst case scenario, I think we'll come back here, but right now I think we're gonna wander a little bit farther downriver. Another thing, there's these really old, I'm assuming really old cable cars that are going up and down here that look amazing. I think that there's just probably not enough time in a lifetime to see all the things you want to see. We're on bridge number 2. The bridge is nice, the houses are in the background, but the cathedral is off in a weird angle. It is catching light right now, so we kind of got to make a decision whether we're going to shoot this or move on. But I think that the shot that we actually want is probably way downriver, like way downriver. So I don't think we can get there in time. I think maybe we'll try one more bridge. So it doesn't look like there's any way we can get to the spot that I think I want to shoot from, but the girls spotted a rooftop terrace, and one of the rules in photography is if you can't get the shot you want, go where there's alcohol. No, go high, and so we're gonna go up high to this rooftop bar, and hopefully it works out.
Plus everybody knows that rum makes your art better.
So this location is just not perfect. It's just a little bit off, and it's just because the balance is really hard. In photography, you really want balance, meaning that you want one important part of the image to be on one half, and then exactly balanced on the other side is the other element. So we have the river and the church, and they're way too far apart, so you end up having the church way over here, and then you have the river way over here, and then there's just a bunch of nothingness in the middle. And that's, the balance is just too pulled apart. Whereas if they were a little bit closer together, I think it would just look better. But like I said, we don't have time to explore. It does look like the sun's gonna come down on the horizon and give us some nice underglow on the clouds from here. So I think it's still a good photo. And especially if the light pops off, it'll look cool. In the spinny door and out of what was apparently the Best Western. And yeah, the light didn't cooperate with us in the end, which yeah, it's not the end of the world. We're gonna though try to find a shot here by going into the old town. There's like the square, and hit up Blue Hour, because there is a really cool fountain in the middle there that I think will make a nice detail photo. So this main circle, it's not a square, the main circle in town has this beautiful fountain here that's just full of these really cool detail. And I thought that potentially I'd be able to shoot this with the museum, which is the building behind it, and the cathedral, but it doesn't really line up right. So I think I'm just gonna explore around, maybe try to shoot some details, or yeah, work out a different shot. So struggling with this shot a bit. It's such a beautiful fountain that I almost just want to stick the camera right in it and shoot some of the details. It is really, really cool. Maybe one of the coolest fountains I've ever seen. And it almost makes it feel like I'm not doing it justice by adding other elements to the photo. So what I'm doing is I've pulled back a little bit. I'm shooting at about 70 millimeters. I've got the fountain on the left side, and then talking about balance again, got the museum right beside it, and it looks really good. Some light trails are maybe a bit distracting, but overall I think it's a cool image. The only downside to the image that I can see is everything's kind of sandwiched right in this middle plane of the camera, but I think it's something I can deal with a little bit of mess around, but the light looks phenomenal. Back home, and yeah, it was fun. Kutaisi's cool, man. I think it's a place that I kind of wish we had more time in, just because I do feel like there's a cool vibe, there's lots of cool photos, just that it's really hard sometimes to just jump into a place and hope to find cool photos. Usually you need a couple days to explore, location scout, and then figure it all out rather than being put on the spot and trying to make it happen. But yeah, cool town, and I'm glad we came here. Tomorrow, I think we might get up for sunrise and actually try to go up to the cathedral that's up there and try to shoot sunrise from up there, and then we're on the long drive to Ushkuli, which I hear the road is a bit wild, so it should be fun tomorrow. I'll see you there. Peace.